to that topic again. So I'll have to finish off parametric and non-parametric today. Okay, I'll upload the recording tonight. You see the recording. Huh? Or you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
personally message me also. I can send you in WhatsApp also. That also can be done. Okay,
Okay,
so
ma'am.
yeah, so gradually we are moving on to the different types of tests. Okay, and I hope you have already started doing your research work. If not, please do it as soon as possible. First, do the literature review. Start with the literature review. Okay, once you do the literature review, 10 to 15, maximum 15 literatures you review, and after that, you write the introduction section. In the introduction section you can also include the hypothesis section. Okay, and gradually we are moving on to the preparation of hypothesis process and how to test the hypothesis. And before that, once I cover up this topic, 2 weeks will be required by me for finishing of this topic. Okay, today we are starting another to this week and next week. By this 2 week I'll finish off. Okay, so by the time I finish off these two things, your introduction, literature review, and data collection should be ready in this 2 weeks. So that soon after you learn how to test the data, you can apply the test and test your collected data. Okay, so gradually we are moving on to that part of testing. Now, before testing, you have to first be able to identify what are called parametric and what are called non-parametric tests. Okay, basically there are two types of tests which I will teach you today, and you all of you be attentive. Okay, so these two types of test, within these two types of test, you have to identify which test will be suitable for your type of data. Okay, now what type of test you will apply, it completely depends on you only. No one will help. Okay, no one will tell you that what test you need to apply. I will only tell you what type of test is applicable for what type of data. Now you have to identify what type of data you have and which test will be suitable for this type of data. Okay, so basically there are two types. One is called parametric and one is called non-parametric. Now what are this? By this distinction, which you can see right now on your screen, I hope. Yeah, you can see on your screen right now. But with the help of this two type, with this distinction, we will understand what is the meaning of parametric and what is the meaning of non-parametric tests. Now see, the first point you see. Okay, all of you listen to me very carefully. Okay, see, in parametric analysis is done to test group means. Group means. What does it mean? You have done mean, median, mode. No, last year, last semester only you have done statistics, and in that you have learned how to calculate the mean, how to calculate median, how to calculate mode. Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, very good. So you should have a recap of that. You should brush up your memories of calculating mean, median, and mode, because now you will be requiring that. Now, suppose you have collected a sort of data, and you can see that the similar type of results you have got. 10, 20, 15, 18, 16, 14, like that. Some sort of data you have got, for example, then you can easily calculate the mean of that data, isn't it? Mean means average. Just add it and divide it by the number of observation or number of respondents replies practically. So you can calculate the mean. If you are able to calculate the mean, then you can apply the parametric tests. Okay, what are the parametric, non-parametric? I am coming to that in the slides, it's there. Okay, but for now you understand that if you are able to calculate the mean, group mean, that means the mean of each of the groups data which you are calculating, say age, say gender, say income. For each group, these are groups, no, age, gender, income, suppose these are groups. So for each of these groups, if you are able to calculate the means, obviously you'll be able. If you have 50 respondents, 50 people, from 50 people you're collecting data, so you will have 50 set of age data, right? Then again you'll have 50 set of income data, again you'll have 50 set of gender data, say 1 for male, 2 for female, like that you can collect data. So you will have group data. Okay, then from this group data you can easily calculate the group mean. Right, you can easily calculate the group mean. If you're doing that, if you're calculating the group mean, then you can apply parametric test. Come to the non-parametric part. Now from this group data, you can suppose you are able to calculate the median. Median also you can calculate, isn't it? Median, you know how to calculate the middlemost values. If it is odd number, then the middlemost value will be the median. If it is even number, then the two middle value you will add that, divided by 2. That way you calculate median, right? So if you're able to calculate the median, then you can apply non-parametric tests. Okay, so means if you're able to calculate, you can apply parametric test. If medians you are calculating, then you can apply non-parametric test. Now in parametric tests, information about the population is completely known to you. Now, suppose the area which you have selected is of, say, Siliguri data. Okay, Siliguri data. You want to calculate. You want to take data from the seller of electronic goods. So you can easily take that data, because you can search the net, whoever, whichever stores are selling electronic goods, electronic items, and you can visit each of the store and collect the data. You can do that, right? So what is happening over here is you have complete information about the population, isn't it? Your population is the Siliguri people who are selling electronic goods, and you can collect information about this population. So if this is the case, then parametric test is applicable. You come to non-parametric, you will have no information about the population. That means, suppose you have selected the area as North Bengal, as the entire North Bengal, okay, and you want to know, suppose the number of people who have small farms in their house. North Bengal data, you want to know the number of people within North Bengal who have small farms, balcony vegetation, terrace vegetation, like that, or small area in the backyard, they have planted some vegetables, like that. You want to collect the data. So how will you collect? You will have no information about this. You have to go inside the houses of people, which is very difficult, isn't it? This kind of things, no, this kind of topic, if you're selecting, about which you cannot have proper data about the population I'm saying, I'm not talking about the sample means, if in North Bengal you are selecting 20 houses, then that becomes sample. It is possible to collect data from 20 houses, but from the entire North Bengal, you'll be nowhere. No, you will be standing within the sea. That from where will you go? Which house will have a small farm? Which house will have terrace gardening? So it is going to be difficult. In that case, you have to go to each of the houses and find out, right? Which is quite difficult. That is the population. Sample is a different thing. Sample means if you are selecting 20 houses within North Bengal and you are collecting data, that is possible, isn't it? You can visit 20 houses of your known neighbors maybe, and some of your friends houses you can visit. That can be done. But about the population, to know about the data regarding the population, about which people are building up the farming in their own houses, in their own balcony or terraces, it's quite difficult. So in that case, you will say that you are going to apply non-parametric test. Okay. Then come to the third one. Specific assumptions are made regarding the population. Now this example of electronic selling items, electronic item sellers, you can make some assumptions, right? It can happen that within the market of Siliguri, you go and visit one store within the market, and you see the items available in that store. Now you can assume that the nearby store, which is just located two shops away, that will also keep the similar type of items, because there is competition in the market. No, one shop is competing with the other shop. So if one shop is keeping these items, then the other shop is also bound to keep these items because they are having stiff competition going on, isn't it? In the market, you can see that similar type of shops sell similar type of items, similar amount of price also, isn't it? So that is a perfect competition market. So you can assume things. If you are collecting data from one electronic store, you can assume about the other electronic store, what are the items the other electronic store can keep. But in not while in non-parametric test you are applying, you can have no assumption regarding the population. Again, the example of farming, you cannot assume. How will you assume? No, on what basis will you assume that this house looks beautiful, that thus this house is going to have the farming like that? No, it's not possible to assume, isn't it? So in non-parametric test where you will not have any information regarding the population, you can also not assume anything about the population. Then next point says that the parametric tests are only applicable for variable, whereas non-parametric tests are applicable to both variable as well as attribute. If you want to know what is the meaning of variable attribute, you have to get back to the previous class recordings. Okay, I have explained there what is the meaning of variable and what is the meaning of attribute. Now, again, in parametric test, the samples are independent, while in non-parametric test, not necessarily the samples are independent. What is the meaning of samples are being independent? Samples are independent means one sample is not dependent on the other sample. If you're selecting 5 stores in Siliguri which are selling electronic items, then one sample will not be dependent on the other sample. Independently, you will select. Okay, randomly you will select. All right. So one sample will not be dependent on the other sample. But in non-parametric test, the samples can be dependent on each other. One house data can be dependent on the other house. One house is having lot of space, the other house, due to the other house not having lot of space. Say one property has been distributed between 2 brothers, and one brother has got a bigger portion and the other brother has not got bigger portion. He's got a smaller portion. So it means what? This two home is dependent on each other. If one portion is having lot of space for farming, the other is not going to have, because one part of one portion has been eaten up by the other portion, isn't it? So these are dependent samples. One is dependent on the other. Similarly, if you are selecting one house in a locality, you are seeing a similar type of house in another in the same locality, then you can assume that this house may also have farming. So I must go and see, not randomly. Don't assume, as don't, you are not supposed to assume here. Okay, you will go and visit and see this house, similar house, because these are in the same locality people also have same mentality also. It is a myth, isn't it? So depending on that assumption that this locality will have similar sort of thinking, the other house can also have an organic farming, small farming at home. So one sample you are selecting depending on the data of the other sample. That is independent, not independent. That is dependent sample. Okay. And if you're randomly selecting some samples, that is you're doing independent sampling. Okay. So if the samples are selected randomly, then you can apply parametric test. Whereas in non-parametric test, the samples may not be independent. They can be dependent also. Then parametric tests will be having normal distribution. Do you know the meaning of normal distribution? Was it taught in the last semester? Tell me, normal distribution. Do you remember? It should have been taught, normal distribution. Hmm? Normal distribution, Poisson distribution. Do you remember? Anyways, simply normal distributions will be the set of data. Listen to me carefully, okay? Suppose you are having a set of data of the ages, okay? then the mean of this data should be 0. The mean of this data should be 0. That means some, some data, okay, not age, say, let's take temperature. Let's take temperature. Okay, now this temperature set of data will have some negative value, will also have some positive value. Okay, so and when you add this positive and negative, they should be 0. That is how your mean should be 0. If this kind of data you are seeing, then it is of a normal distribution data. This is called a normal distribution. Okay, whereas in non-parametric test you cannot assume any shape or distribution. If you are taught normal distribution, then you should remember a diagram which, which starts from almost a 0, it goes up, it looks like a mountain, it looks like a mountain, it will go up and then again it will go down. On both the side, on the left hand side and on the right hand side, similar data will be there, and when you add this minus and plus data, both this should be, addition of this data should be 0. That is the meaning of normal distribution. Okay, while doing the test, I will show you what is normal distribution elaborately. Whereas in non-parametric test, there will be no assumed shape or distribution. Then parametric data, a parametric test, it handles interval data, ratio data. Last day I taught you how to collect interval data or ratio data. Now if you're collecting interval or ratio data, then you can apply the parametric tests. Whereas in non-parametric tests, if you're collecting ordinal or nominal data or ranked data, okay, first, second, third, fourth, like that, if you're collecting, then you can apply non-parametric test. In parametric, results can be significantly affected by outliers. There can be other factors which may affect the results. Whereas in non-parametric, these are no stringent. These are, not flexible in nature. The results doesn't affected by any other factors. Parametric tests perform well when the spread of each group is different. Might not provide valid results if groups have a same spread. Spread means this one, no? Okay, spread I will explain you during the test. Okay, you will not understand it now. You'll understand it better with numbers. Okay, so the spread you remove for now. Come to the last point. Have more statistical power. Parametric test will have more statistical power, whereas non-parametric tests are not so powerful, because in non-parametric tests you cannot assume, you don't have any information about the population, you cannot assume anything about the population. That is why the results are also not so much powerful, whereas in parametric test the results are more powerful. You have strong data. Okay, now see, parametric test. This test, see, if you are able to see the slide, if you're not able to see the slide, you should say me. Okay, see, this test in parametric test, one sample t-test, two sample t-test, one way ANOVA. This will be taught to you. Okay. Also, chi-square will be taught to you. In your syllabus, as per your syllabus, these tests are there. Parametric tests are there in your syllabus. Okay. Whereas in non-parametric test, also this few things are there. If any one of you are collecting data which for which non-parametric tests are applicable, then you can contact me. I will teach you how to apply this non-parametric test also. These are easy tests. Okay, whereas parametric tests are quite difficult, and you can also use Excel or SPSS software is there. Many other softwares are also there which you can use to apply this test for for more reputed researchers. But for your research, which you will do for the sake of undergraduate degree, you can apply the test manually. No need to apply SPSS or any software packages. At the max, you can apply Excel. Okay, I will teach you how to do the test in Excel also, so that you can apply this Excel test in your data, in your research work. Okay, I'll show you. And manually also I will show you, because for examination manually you have to learn. So parametric tests are more important. Okay, In a gist, I can say that parametric tests are more important than non-parametric tests, because in parametric test you get strong results. You can infer, you can, make assumption about the population, you have proper information about the population. That is why parametric tests are always better than non-parametric tests. Is it understandable? Tell me, is it understandable, parametric and non-parametric tests?
Yes, ma'am.
We will start doing the tests from tomorrow, okay? And then you can have, clearer view, because then you will learn how to apply the test, and for what data also I will give you, because with the data only I can teach you how to do the test. After that it will become, clearer to you what are the, how to apply the parametric test in what sort of data. So, with regards to the data which I will show you, you can collect the data in that manner so that you can apply the particular tests which I am going to teach you. Okay. All right. Just a minute. Let me take the attendance. Then you will leave. Okay. Okay. Respond, please. Ayush, Pradhan,
Present, ma'am.
Abhishek, Angita, Argho, Ayush Charasia, Vikram.
Ma'am, I'm present.
Yes, Ankita present. Vikram present. Deepa, Divesh, Diksha, Isha, Hemant, Hemant, Jasmeet, Landu, Pema, Pulamu,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja, Rajwal, Praraj,
Present, ma'am.
Prashant.
Present, ma'am.
This was Prajwal or Praraj?
Ma'am, Prajwal.
Prajwal, okay. Prayas,
Present, ma'am.
Raj, Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Ronak, Reena,
Present, ma'am.
Ritik, Sahil, Sejal, Sheetal,
Present, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present,
Shubham,
ma'am.
Sparsh, Srishti, Swikar,
Present, ma'am.
Valush, Valusha, Wangchu, Yogesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Yangthen, Yangthen. Okay,
Ma'am, you
okay.
didn't call out my name.
Pratiksha,
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't call out.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
Ma'am ignored you, Pratiksha.
okay. Anybody who missed attending?